Hello everyone, I'm here with myself, Liam Faulkner-Hogg, Noah Burgess and Tom Carey, the cameraman. Today the aim of this experiment is to see which metal out of copper, aluminium, iron, brass conducts heat the best. This is useful in the real world for things such as cooking equipment, since it will allow us to know which metals would be best for things like frying pans.
For people who don't know what heat conductivity is, heat conduction is the transfer of heat through solids such as metal. Some solids are worse at conducting heat than others. So this experiment is trying to figure out which metal out of the five we have conducts heat the best.
My group and I believe that copper will be the best conductor because copper is used in a wide range of everyday items. Copper is also used to provide electricity to your house, so we think that copper needs to be an extremely good conductor of heat because electricity generates heat as well as energy.
The following will be used to conduct our experiment: a tripod, a pair of tongs, a Bunsen burner, safety goggles for all of us.
Wax balls are used to show what metal heats up the fastest, a conduction rod which has the following materials in it: copper, aluminium, iron, brass, and we will also be using sanding paper.
We'll also use a gauze mat, matches and a timer to record how long it takes for each metal to heat up.
Some hazards that can occur include burning yourself, melted wax in your eyes, or a gas leak through the Bunsen burner tube. This is why we have to use tongs to move the metal and safety goggles to protect our eyes. You should also check the Bunsen burner tube for holes or connection problems to prevent a gas leak.
To keep our test fair, we will be keeping the flame from the Bunsen burner directly in the middle of all four metals so that the heat gets transferred evenly through all of them. We will also use the same sized wax balls throughout the experiment. We will also repeat the experiment 3 times and make sure we sand the metal before we start to remove any excess wax left on the metal plate.
The dependent variable throughout the experiment will be how fast the wax melts on each metal rod, and the independent variable is the types of metals that are being used throughout the experiment. The controlled variables are the heat applied, the length of where you put the wax on the rod, the position of the rod on the Bunsen burner, and how much wax is to be applied.
The way we will determine which metal conducts heat the fastest is by timing how long it takes for each wax ball to melt.
First, we set up the gauze mat with a Bunsen burner in the middle of it. Once the Bunsen burner was connected to the gas pump, we put the tripod over the top of the Bunsen burner and then put the metal plate on top of the tripod. Finally, we just have to put a wax ball on all 4 points of the metal plate and then we're done with the setup.
We first started the experiment by making sure the middle of the metal plate is right above the area that the flame will be coming out of the Bunsen burner. Next, we made sure each wax ball is the same distance from the middle of the metal plate. This will ensure a fair test for each metal.
Now turn on the flame from the Bunsen burner and make sure the hole on it is halfway open. Also, make sure your partner starts a stopwatch as soon as the flame is turned on.
Now, all we have to do is wait for the wax balls to melt and then record the time for each metal to melt the balls. Once we have all of our times written down, we'll be able to determine what metal conducts heat the best and what one's the worst for conducting heat.
You should repeat the experiment at least 3 times to ensure that the results are correct, but make sure you let the metal cool down to room temperature first before you try again.
After the experiment had concluded, we found out that copper was the best conductor out of the 3 of our experiments, like we'd thought, and the reason why copper was the best conductor was because its atoms contain only 1 free valence electron in the outer shell. Elements with a low number of valence electrons transfer heat the best, and copper has only 1.
Although copper was the best conductor, that doesn't mean that the others were bad conductors, because in reality, metals are usually the best conductors since metals have tightly packed atoms which can easily pass on their kinetic energy, and they also have free moving electrons.
We could get more accurate results if we had 4 stopwatches because we would be able to stop each stopwatch at the exact time that their wax ball melted, and that would make it easy to get the milliseconds for each time. We could have also used the same Bunsen burner for all 3 experiments, because the last experiment was 2 times faster than the first 2 because we had a different Bunsen burner. Thanks for watching.